The first tear that slipped down Eleanor Parker's wrinkled cheek wasn't because of pain. It was because she suddenly realized she was completely alone in a world that no longer listened to her. At 76, deaf since her late 30s, Eleanor had learned to survive in silence. But nothing had prepared her for the humiliation that waited outside Marty's diner on that cold, windy afternoon. 3 teenage boys, Kyle, Brent, and Logan, stood around her, their phones raised, laughter echoing as they filmed her struggling to communicate. Eleanor's hands trembled as she tried to sign, hoping someone, anyone, would understand her. But the boys only laughed harder. "Look at her," Kyle shouted. "Old ladies throwing gang signs." Their laughter roared. A small crowd watched, but did nothing. Eleanor clutched her thin coat tighter, staring at the ground, feeling the weight of a humiliation that no elderly woman deserved. What none of them noticed was the distant rumble of engines growing louder, like a brewing storm. Chapter 1, A Lonely Lunch. Eleanor had saved all week to buy herself a warm lunch at Marty's, her favorite diner since the 70s. She used to come there with her late husband Robert, who had passed away 10 years earlier. Since then, she came alone, sitting in the same booth, always ordering the same chicken pot pie. But that day, Marty's was packed, and the waitress Lily, nice girl, always gentle with her, accidentally mixed up her order. Eleanor tried to explain through gestures, but Lily was in a rush. Feeling embarrassed, Eleanor stepped outside to calm herself, and that's when the boys found her, alone, frightened, and vulnerable. Chapter 2, The Bullies. Kyle, the ringleader, had a cruel grin that never reached his eyes. Brent and Logan followed because breaking rules made them feel powerful. They weren't evil, just lost, angry boys searching for dominance in the wrong places. They blocked Eleanor's path, laughing, mocking her hand signs. Logan filmed everything. "Bro, this'll go viral," he snickered. Eleanor couldn't hear their words, but she felt their cruelty. She silently prayed inside her heart. "God, please, send help." And God answered, just not in the way anyone expected. Chapter 3, The Bikers Arrive. The ground vibrated first, low, thunderous, steady. Then the motorcycles appeared. A group of 12 massive bikes rolling into the parking lot, chrome flashing in the sunlight. Leather jackets, broad shoulders, heavy boots. The Iron Shepherds Motorcycle Club, a group of ex-military bikers known for helping their community, had arrived for their monthly lunch meeting at Marty's. Leading them was Pastor John Whitaker, a former Marine chaplain, now a biker with a cross pendant hanging from his neck. They shut off their engines. Silence swallowed the lot, and then they saw her. Chapter 4, Ma'am, are they hurting you? Pastor John saw fear in Eleanor's eyes instantly. He swung off his bike, walked toward the boys slowly, calm, but with the aura of someone who had faced real darkness in life. "Is there a problem here?" he asked quietly. The boys stiffened. Brent swallowed hard. Logan lowered his phone. Kyle stepped forward, trying to act tough. "Relax, old man, we're just joking around." John's voice stayed calm. "She's deaf. That, joking, isn't a joke to her." He knelt beside Eleanor at eye level and gently signed to her. "Are you okay?" Eleanor's eyes widened. He knew sign language. Tears spilled again, but this time, from relief. She nodded weakly. Behind John, the other bikers formed a silent wall, their expressions thunderous. To the boys, it felt like the gates of justice had opened. Chapter 5, Consequences. John stood up and faced the teenagers. "You filmed an elderly woman crying. You humiliated someone vulnerable. Now you're going to make it right." Kyle scoffed. "Or what? You gonna beat us up? That what bikers do?" John shook his head. "No, but you will delete that video. And then you boys are coming inside the diner to apologize properly." Brent nodded instantly. Logan deleted the video with shaking hands. Kyle clenched his jaw. His pride wouldn't let him bend. Until 12 bikers took one step forward at the same time. He swallowed. "Fine. Chapter 6, A Warm Hand. Inside the diner, Lily rushed to Eleanor, hugging her tightly. "Ma'am, I'm so sorry, I should have stepped in earlier." John placed his large, gentle hand on Eleanor's shoulder. "She's safe now." The boys gave their apology, awkward, red-faced, but real. Eleanor simply nodded and signed. "I forgive you," Lily interpreted. The boys looked stunned. They expected anger, rage, punishment, but not forgiveness. Something softened in Kyle's face for the first time. Chapter 7, Sharing Her Story. The bikers invited Eleanor to sit with them. She hesitated, she had never sat with such a group before. But John smiled, signing with ease. "Please join us." She sat, surrounded by men who treated her like family instantly. Lily brought her a fresh pot pie, on the house. Eleanor shared her story through sign and Lily's voice. How she had lost her hearing suddenly. How she missed Robert every day. How lonely the world had become. The bikers listened, every one of them silent and respectful. John finally spoke. "Ma'am, you're not alone anymore. We're here now." Chapter 8, Transformation. The boys returned the next afternoon. Not to bully, but to learn sign language from John. They helped Eleanor carry groceries. They offered to walk her home. They fixed her broken fence. They repaired her late husband's old radio. They even joined her church's community program. Kyle, once the worst of them, became Eleanor's most dedicated helper. He admitted one day, "I never had a grandmother. If you don't mind, I'd like to visit sometimes." Eleanor teared up, gently patting his hand. She had lost a husband, but God had sent her grandsons. Chapter 9, The Message. Months passed. Eleanor's life was filled with voices she couldn't hear, but hearts she could feel. The Iron Shepherds visited weekly. The boys became kinder, more responsible. John became a friend, counselor, and protector. One evening, during a community dinner, John spoke. "Compassion is louder than cruelty. Kindness is stronger than ignorance. And when we protect the vulnerable, we become the hands of God." Eleanor smiled deeply. Her silence had never felt so full. Ending. An inspiring legacy. Eleanor lived each day with gratitude. She was no longer the elderly woman crying outside a diner. She was the heart of an unexpected family. A family formed from courage, kindness, and redemption. One small act of cruelty had brought out a wave of compassion that changed lives forever. And the simple truth remained.